Greetings, folks. This is DC Investing. I talk about topics to help people on their path to financial independence, and kind of been thinking and listening to the financial wisdom of various folks out there in podcasts. And I think one of the big concerns that I'm hearing right now is just how expensive the overall stock market is. And I wrote the numbers down, and then I didn't bring them with me today. But basically, the S&P 500 right now, from a price to earnings ratio or PE ratio, is somewhere, I think it's like 21 to 25 range, or maybe it's 23 to 26 or something. Based on historical averages, it's expensive right now. The average, if I remember the numbers right, is 19 to 21 range is normal for the market to be. And so the market is expensive right now from a long-term average. The There's something called the forward PE versus the trailing PE. So the forward PE actually looks a little bit better because they expect that earnings will go up next year. So if that happens, then the market is a little less expensive than it appears to be right now. But everybody seems to be really rosy about the economy next year, and I remember kind of at the end of 2022 going into 2023, all the economists were bearish. Everybody was saying that the market was going to correct, we were going to have a recession. No one had any good reason for anything to happen or anything good to go on, and they were all wrong. The markets just went up tremendously in 2023, 2024, now 2025. And I just kind of remember the negative sentiment that I was hearing from everybody. And as you look at stuff right now, everyone's bullish. No one's really saying that next year, they expect earnings to collapse, us to go into recession. I guess maybe there's a few of them, but overall, everyone kind of thinks that everything's peachy keen out there and everything's fine. And so that in and of itself should be kind of a warning to you. And I know that Warren Buffett has about 30% in cash. He's underperforming the market right now, but he's, a long-term contrarian investor. And there's definitely been times when he has gone more heavily to cash. I think he has something like $31 billion or something sitting in T-bills, just waiting for the next opportunity to come. So not that, he's right and everyone else is wrong, but it might be wise to kind of follow some of that example and maybe lighten up a little bit on the stock buying and have some cash available going into next year. If earnings don't pan out next year, then yeah, definitely stocks are overpriced right now. And we're kind of on the precipice of, like, any little thing could cause the markets to go down. So if Japan sells too much treasury debt or their interest rate spikes some more, the reverse carry trade could happen and it could really hit our stocks. If we have a war someplace, that could hit stocks. If there's some banking issue that happens, well, that could hit stocks. There's just so many things that could occur next year. But by and large, the forecasters are just forecasting rosy growth for a lot of things next year. And it's going to be really hard for the companies in the S&P 500 to have that much growth, to grow earnings as hard as people are predicting right now. So we've had 3 really good years in a row since the end of 2022 where the market has just done really well. And maybe the warning for next year is that we're not going to do as well. So kind of as the year rolls over, just be aware. Markets tend to do interesting shifts on the first part of next year. Maybe watch what the market does. I've heard if the first 5 days of the month are down, then chances are January is going to be down, and if January is down, then the rest of the year usually is down. So just kind of watch that carefully. I guess also kind of watch all the hyperscalers. I've noticed that many of them kind of come off their highs. The peak seemed to be in October. And if they continue to kind of get weaker, well, if the leaders are rolling over, then that kind of pretends to say that the rest of the market is going to roll over too. So, is it a time to kind of take some chips off the table if you're just invested solely in the S&P 500? Maybe it is. Maybe it's time to kind of lighten up a little bit. You never know. The first part of the year is kind of weird. I guess it's either a really good time or just kind of weird. So, maybe kind of evaluate your portfolio here at the end of the year. And we've had 3 really good years. Do we press our luck that we have another really good one? I don't know. I think next year may be rough. A lot of folks are saying that it will most certainly be volatile. So, are you ready for the volatility? I guess be ready. So, let's kind of talk about the market today and my thoughts. And glad you're here. And hopefully, some of my musings may help you and some of the things you're thinking about too. I did talk to one of my colleagues recently who said he's kind of diversifying into some more gold recently. I think he bought GLD. I like PHYS, but the precious metals have really gone up quite a bit lately, but they still could go up more. So it is a way to kind of, if things fall apart, precious metals may be a way to kind of hide out. I think at the beginning of a crash, everybody sells whatever they can, and so the value of precious metals will go down as people are just trying to get cover margin calls or something. But long term, trouble in the market will probably make precious metals go up. So I don't know. That might be a diversification thought. So I don't know. Some thoughts. Like, subscribe. Thanks for being here. Bye.